Hello everybody, Major Gosnell here, and today I'm taking a look at the Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain's forums on Steam. The game has recently gone into pre-purchase mode, and I've noticed a couple things on the forum that have been raised by people. So, the first thing we're going to look at, a lot of people are complaining about the pricing in certain countries. Now, I looked into this. One of the posts that's gaining a lot of attention on the forum at the moment is Brazil priced too expensive. Now, in England, the game is priced at $45.99, we'll say 46 Great British Pounds, and in the United States, I believe it's $59.99. Now, I've done some maths here. US $60 to Great British Pounds is £38 43. So already, from US to England, we're paying about £8 more than our US counterparts. However, if you look at Brazil, we are 60 US dollars is 208 Brazilian real. So it actually works out cheaper than the exchange rate converted into the Brazilian dollar. So I do realize that Brazil doesn't have the same rate of pay for its workers, and I understand that what might seem like a normal amount here in England or in the US could mean a week's wages in Brazil for lower paid workers. I'm not saying all workers. And I do take that into account, but I do think it's unfair of people to claim that a game is too expensive, because if they lower the price too much in another country, they're going to have a backlash from gamers in England and America, other, we will say, slightly more first world countries. Brazil it's getting up their leg, and there will be a backlash there as well. They'll claim, "Oh, why are the first world countries paying so much when you can get it so cheap out here?" And you will have people circumnavigating Steam trying to get the game for cheaper price as well. Now, Steam has addressed this in the past with its tiering system. As I understand it, it only applies to the EU at the moment, and basically certain countries within the EU have a lower rate of cost for their games based on the economies of those countries. And England is in, I believe, Tier 1, which we pay the most. Fair enough. Ireland likewise. And the United States, we're first world countries. We are the most developed. We probably have the most well-designed infrastructure for internet and everything else. So I do sort of get that, why we pay that a little bit more than other countries. However, for people to complain that the game is too expensive in these other countries, it just seems a little moany. It seems a little expecting to have something for a very cheap price at the end of the day. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that video games are massively overpriced in certain regards, and Konami in particular has overpriced Ground Zeroes, the precursor to Metal Gear Solid 5, which was in effect a single level game that was released, I believe, for 44 Great British Pounds, or it could have been $44, so about 35 pounds. And that was very disgraceful at the time. However, I should point out that Konami is actually releasing Ground Zeroes as a freebie with pre-purchase orders on Metal Gear Solid 5. So, is it too expensive for certain countries? I don't think it is, to be honest. I think that other countries, like, I do realize 199 Brazilian dollars might mean a lot of money for somebody out there. Don't get me wrong, but I do think it is priced fairly in regards to the rest of the world. And I think there does need to be a bit of a balance there. You can't release games for half the price in Brazil than you would in America. There would be a backlash from the first world. Note the way I phrased that, first world, because I'm not saying Brazil is very much behind, but the quality of pay is a little behind other first world countries, so it's something that has to be taken into account. But I do think that there needs to be a balance, and I don't think Konami or Steam is being unreasonable with their $199 price tag in this case. So that is the pricing thing. Also, I'll show you here, $32.50 in Turkey. So like $32.05 in Turkey. That's pretty good. and it is $60. Yep, that's pretty good. Like, that is pretty good. 60 euros in the euro in Poland. And down here, TL. So there is like Turkish lira. Oh yes, that's the Turkish money, lira. I forgot about that one. So 89 Turkish lira equals $32. So like, they have reduced the price significantly in other countries. And this is something that needs to be taken into account. That I don't think it's justified people complaining so much about the goddamn price. It's not. It's not justified. So now we're going to move on to the second problem I have with the forums at the moment. People asking for free copies. Now, I do realize sometimes people find themselves out of work and they don't want to wait for the sales. But I have to draw the line in certain areas because I gift games a lot to friends. It's something I do. I take pleasure in doing it because I remember that time when I didn't have that much money myself and couldn't afford to buy games when they were released. So I do try to gift people games occasionally. But one thing I've noticed, my friends will never ask me for a game. They'll never send me a message, hey Steve, can you buy this one for us? It won't happen. So I just find it very lowering that people will go onto a forum to people they don't know. I know some people will say, oh, they're chancing their arms. But I think some people actually do sort of expect freebies. And it's something that I encourage gamers not to do. Do not give strangers free copies of games. It's just, I don't know. I personally am not a big fan of the concept. Like, I will laugh at certain posts. There's a post here from a Princess Bubblegum. Oh, nope. That's, yes, this one here. That's not actually the post, though. And it was basically, she was asking for, or he probably, was asking for a free copy of the game. Like, the way it was phrased, it was very well phrased. It was very well phrased, and it was funny. At the same time, it was pretty goddamn funny. But there's other people on here asking for free copies, and you just have to wonder, like, guys, come on, show a bit of respect for yourself. Don't go begging on a goddamn forum. I don't know. It's a personal pet hate of mine. I hate seeing people begging on forums for freebies. I don't know. So anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope it was a little informative, and I hope people realize that the pricing isn't too much, and I hope that they come to the same opinion as myself. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope this was some way informative, and hope you enjoyed.